They're up. Mustajeef and Shifting Power jumped away smartly, and these are being followed by Great White Eagle in the centre, and towards their outside comes Michaelmas, and just in behind the Big Time. As they settle down now, Shifting Power on the inside of Great White Eagle. Michaelmas is next, and then Mustajeef. These are followed by Big Time and Fountain of Youth. Johann Strauss is next, Kingman on the inside of Obliterator, and then comes Dolce and Karama and David's Park. They race on now in the early stages up towards the elbow, and on the inside it is Shifting Power as they tack over towards the centre and towards the stand side, with right up on the outside Michaelmas being followed in between horses Great White Eagle. Mustajeef is just in behind them with Fountain of Youth, and then comes Kingman. Towards the near side then is Johann Strauss. Big Time is just in behind them, and then comes Obliterator. These are being followed by Dolce and Karama and David's Park. But it's Great White Eagle who comes to join Shifting Power towards the near side. These are being followed by Michaelmas, and just in behind them is Mustajeef. They're being followed by Johann Strauss. Kingman in the centre of the track in company with Big Time as they begin now to race just outside the 2 mark. And on the stand rail it's Shifting Power, Richard Hughes, Great White Eagle, Shamey Heffernan in the centre, Mustajeef and Pat Smolin. Kingman in the centre of the track, coming there for James Doyle, and just in behind them is Johann Strauss, racing now to the final furlong. Shifting Power, Kingman in the centre, and in between them Mustajeef, and Kingman is now quickened up on the outside for James Doyle and begins to race on a few lengths clear and running up towards the finish. It's the Newmarket runner-up, Kingman, making no mistake, wins the 2,000 guineas, a first classic for James Doyle, and John Gulston, the trainer, win by a big margin from Shifting Power, Mustajeef, and they are clear of Johann Strauss, Big Time, Dolce and Karama.
Well, the fears about the ground proved unfounded. Kingman, the favourite, runs out a very impressive winner here of the Tattersalls Irish 2000 guineas, duly improving on his second at Newmarket in a fascinating race to watch, Kevin. We alluded to this before racing. When the ground is testing here at the Curragh, they can often come across middle to stand side. That's exactly what they did. Kingman was out towards the centre of the track, but it was really just a question of what he'd find off the bridle, because he travelled through the race like the class act he is, and the response was generous too, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, and he's not a great actioned horse, but he seemed to handle the ground quite well, to be fair to him. He was the best horse in the race. Never at any stage did he look like he was in doubt. They didn't go much of a gallop over the set steady fractions over the first couple of furlongs, and obviously James, he was a little bit keen in James' hands early doors, which you would expect because they weren't going such a quick gallop, but he always travelled extremely well. No excuse about Mustajeef. He was 5 pounds below Kingman in official ratings coming in today, and he's probably ran as good as what he was capable of doing. Shifting Power's run a blinder back in third.
In second, the Guinea form has worked out almost to the letter, hasn't it? Kingman just that bit more impressive today, though, in a more orthodox race with a field race as one body, and Betfair make him even money now on their sportsbook for the St James's Palace Stakes at Royal Ascot. I would imagine that will be his next port of call, provided the ground doesn't get too fast. But
quick and well.
It was really reminiscent of his win at Newbury, wasn't it, where he travelled so easily and just quickened up very impressively to put the race to bed in a matter of strides.
James never had to get stuck into him. He just kept him up to his job. He changed his hand, showed him, flicked the stick at him, hit him a flick with his backhander there, but just showing him the stick, keeping him up to his job, and he's run out a very impressive winner in the end. Big Time has run a blinder for John Murphy on his first run of the season. He'd some good form last year. Big ask to run first time out in a Group 1 on this type of ground without a prep run, and John Murphy will be absolutely delighted with the race he's run. And Pat Shanahan's horse, the maiden in the field, he's run a good race. No excuse for Johann Strauss. Had the run of the race, travelled well, settled.